At least 4 people are dead and dozens wounded after Russia launched hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles into Kyiv and the surrounding region last night. The barrage of weaponry targeted more than 40 locations across the Ukrainian capital, hitting residential buildings, schools, and a shopping center. The overnight attack came after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered retaliation for a deadly Ukrainian strike on a student dormitory that killed 21 people. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia used a hypersonic missile in the Kyiv attack, which are impossible to intercept. The CBC's Julia Chapman joins us now from London. Julia, what more can you tell us about this attack on the Ukrainian capital?
Well, Marianne, the explosions started in Kyiv around midnight local time, and there were buildings with their windows blown out, a number of them set on fire. This was one of the most significant attacks against the Ukrainian capital since the beginning of this war with Russia. According to Volodymyr Zelensky, the capital was the main target, although other regions of Ukraine were also hit. Every district in Kyiv was damaged in some way, according to the city's mayor, and there were dozens of people injured, including children, some of whom had to be hospitalized. Last night, Prime Minister Mark Carney issued a statement saying Canada strongly condemns Russia's large-scale missile and drone attacks on civilian targets in Kyiv. We call on Russia to immediately cease these strikes and end this illegal war of aggression. Now, Russia says that it was only targeting military sites in this overnight attack. It claims to have hit the intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. And as you said, Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, had earlier threatened retaliation for a Ukrainian attack on a town in Russian-occupied Luhansk on Friday. Russian officials there say that 21 students were killed in a dormitory in the town of Starobilsk. Ukraine has denied that that was what was hit. It says that it had carried out a strike nearby, but that it hit an elite military unit and no civilians were harmed. Marianne.
Julia, we know Ukraine accuses Russia of using a hypersonic missile in the Kyiv strike. What do we know about that type of missile?
Yeah, this was a significant attack in terms of scale, but also for the fact that this was only the third time Russia has confirmed that it has used an Oreshnik hypersonic ballistic missile. It hit Bila Tserkva, according to Volodymyr Zelensky. That is a city about 80 kilometers south of the capital, Kyiv. Russia says that this is its unstoppable weapon. It claims that it can reach 10 times the speed of sound, making it impossible to intercept. It says that it launches multiple missiles in different directions, which also makes it very difficult and very threatening. It's been used twice before against Ukraine earlier in this war. It has an intermediate range and can, in theory, carry a nuclear payload. Volodymyr Zelensky was visiting a site in Kyiv today, and he said that this was genuinely unhinged, that this weapon had been used. It's been described as reckless by a number of European leaders, and it does certainly add an extra layer of fear to the many Ukrainians who are living with aerial bombardments night after night.
The CBC's Julia Chapman in London. Thanks, Julia.